A visceral tale of motherhood with stress levels only previously seen in Uncut Gems. It's a brilliant black comedy with lashings of body horror, and if you've got 3 minutes, I'd love to tell you about If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Films are better than people.
Linda is trying to balance her seriously ill kid, her job, and the roof of her apartment caving in, all while her husband is away on work and she's burning out fast. The film takes an incredible risk. Rose Byrne isn't just in every scene, but most of the shots are extreme close-ups of her face. This could have ended up being self-indulgent or a massive misstep, but actually it's the best part of the film because it brings out not just an incredible performance from Rose Byrne, but highlights what the movie is about, which is a mother on her own. You're supposed to be there with her, not in some abstract space as an audience member, but there, feeling the pressure, and there is an abundance of that. Something that you start to notice that might be contributing to Linda's fragile mental state is constant noise, ambient beeps, clicks and whirs, along with loud bangs and screams, everything to accentuate the stress. The pot is never off the boil. What more could be said about Rose Byrne? She is absolutely incredible. I always felt like she was an actor with something really amazing to show us, and this is that film, this is that performance. She is funny and she is raw and she's relatable, but you are not with her the whole time. And I think that's what sets this apart from other women on the edge or mothers in crisis films, especially ones released in the last few years. You don't always back Linda. Sometimes her actions are irresponsible and genuinely horrifying. I could talk a lot about the great supporting performances as well from Danielle McDonald and A$AP Rocky, but Conan O'Brien is particularly brilliant. His dry exacerbatedness at Linda's situation is just so pitch perfect. The film is first and foremost a comedy, a black comedy, yes, but you're not always laughing because what's on screen is funny. Sometimes it is, but the film also pulls you into such a state of anxiety that laughing is sometimes all that you can do. You're laughing at how horrible it is. You're laughing because that's the only way you can empathise. It's also a psychological horror and a body horror at times. Sometimes it'll make you jump, sometimes it'll make you squirm. It wants to create a metaphor that's visceral and unpleasant. There's a repeated motif of a hole that will not close, and you can take that in a lot of different ways. You know, is it ever going to close? Is this ever going to get better? Is there anything I can do to make it any better? Is there any point? This might sound like well-trodden ground, but you never know what's around the next corner. The deeper you go into Linda's crisis, the murkier the road ahead becomes. It's an intense experience that some of you will find graduates into an endurance test. It is a confessional of a parent, but not one that just says it's a bit hard, but it puts on screen in word and image the unthinkable doubt of a mother on the edge, overwhelmed, surrounded by people, but utterly alone. It's essential. One of the best films of the year.